Okay, so it's Morton Joe 245 here, and today taking a look at the classified series Sgt Stalker. Okay, so this is the classified Sgt Stalker, and now I did a review on version 1 from 1982. If you want to go look at it's I done it about a few days ago, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But anyway, getting to this one, this is the 6-inch classified figure, and but I put it back in the box so you could see the perspective how it looks. So see, there's the figure inside with all the accessories. There's some awesome artwork of Stalker here on the front of the box. It's Sgt Classified Sgt Stalker made by Hasbro. On the side of the box, there's some more awesome artwork. And that's supposed to be a file card right there, which I don't know exactly how to do those. But let's go into the back. There's some really awesome artwork on the back here. A lot of different characters they've made and done, and there's some stuff out there. The top is kind of a clear window, and not much more at the bottom. So let me get this opened up and take a look at the figure. Okay, so here is the figure outside the box with all his accessories. So before we take a look at the figure, we'll take a closer look at all his accessories. Okay, so for accessories, we're going to start with the most important, which is his beret. And you can see it's got like a gold detail right there. I think that's like a sergeant chevron. You see, there's the shape of how a beret would be. And at first, I thought this was the same beret that came with I'm trying to say Hawk Flint here, as you can see. But you take Flint's beret off, and as you can see, they are not the same. Stalker's beret is much bigger than Flint's, and Flint's has a different symbol on it than Stalker's. And the beret can be placed onto Stalker's head, which really helps complete the look of this figure. Okay, so his next accessory is really cool, which is this scarf thing, which I can't remember exactly what this is called off the top of my head, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of sculpted, kind of fit flat onto his chest when he's wearing it, but this is actually a really cool accessory. Now, take the beret back off of his head. This can slide over Stalker's head pretty easy, kind of tight fit there. Put his beret back on. You see, that looks really cool. It kind of gives him a little bit of a different look from the vintage figure. Okay, the next accessory comes with is this standard combat knife, which I'm not sure exactly what real knife is based on, but if it is based on a real knife, I mean, I ain't for sure, but see, the handle is black. It's actually, when you look at it, it's actually got some like checkering pattern on the blade, and there's also a screw where the blade would be onto the hilt there, and see, there's a hand stop, so your hand won't go over this and wind up cutting yourself if you stab something. See, there's like an edge right there. There's your edge blade, and the blade's got some silver paint on it, which is pretty nice. Stalker features a sheath on his hip here where you can store his knife when he's not using it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the next accessory, and probably one of my favorites, is this 1911 and the suppressor, which is 1911. As you can see, it is really cool. Actually, there's a hole in the barrel there for something I'll explain in just a minute. But it's got what looks like an extended 10-round magazine, which is not removable. Unfortunately, that'd been pretty cool, but unfortunately, it's not. But 1911 is a really cool handgun. One of my favorite handguns, by the way. And you can tell this is a little bit more of a modern 1911 because it's got the serrations on the front here. As some of the early prototypes did, but the early prototypes didn't have these serrations on the back either. But you see, there's your hammer, which is like a modern hammer, your safety, your magazine release, trigger guard. There's where your bullets, your ejection port, where your casings will eject. See, because you get aimed down the sides, which is pretty cool. And it also has a suppressor, and as you can see, there's a peg right there, because you can actually take the suppressor and stick it into the barrel, and you have a suppressed pistol, which looks incredibly cool. And the suppressor has a little bit of detail. It's got some serrations and a line there. And there's actually a hole in the barrel too, which is pretty cool. You're not going to be attaching a suppressor to a suppressor. That would be kind of stupid. But so that's pretty cool. Now, Stalker, it's hard to get him to hold on to some of these guns, but which I didn't show you the knife a minute ago. I should have showed you that. He does actually get a pretty good grip on the knife. As you can see, I forgot to show that a minute ago. Let me stick that back in his sheath. Now, the pistol is a little hard to get him to hold it properly, but that's kind of how it would look. Now, he does feature a holster on his side here. You can take the silencer off where the pistol can be stored, as well as a place to store the silencer. And that looks pretty cool. Okay, so his next accessory is his classic pulverizer submachine gun, which is like the accessory the vintage figure came with. And see, it's got like the style of the stock and the magazine. Now this one's got a little bit of a different barrel on the end, but that's not too bad. It's still pretty cool. And which I don't think this is based on any rubber weapon, like I said. But I mean, it easily could be. I mean, it does look kind of cool. It's got like MP5 style sights on it up there, and he also has a holster for it that can be put on his back. But you may wonder how you can stick this in here with the magazine. Now, the cool thing about this is the magazine is actually removable, and it has a sculpted bullet in there being ready to chamber, which is pretty cool. Now, there's a place on the holster thing here to stick the magazine in, which you can push it all the way through, but I usually don't because it's hard to get it back out. And you can take and stick the submachine gun into there for easy storage. And Stalker has a peg hole in his back here where this peg can be stuck onto his back. And he has a submachine gun holster on the back, and that looks really cool. Okay, so quick submachine gun comparison here. Here is the vintage accessory, the one that came with the new 2021 release, which is unfortunately a little bit warped. And here is the new classified 6-inch version. So let me kind of pick them all up and I can show y'all. So, like I said, here's the vintage one, the new 2021 one, and the 6-inch classified version. Okay, so last but not least for accessories, we have this big light machine gun, which I don't think this is also based on any kind of real world gun, but you can see this is pretty cool though. I mean, the finished figure didn't have this, but this is an extra weapon, and this big drum magazine can be removed from the gun. You see, there's a band of bullets. And that when you insert this, you have to be you gotta there you go. You gotta make sure this goes in up here right into the gun there, so it looks like it looks like it's spinning around from a belt, which looks really cool. Now the only problem with this accessory is there's nowhere to really store this on him. I like it when a figure has a place to store all their accessories onto, but unfortunately this one has no place to really store. But I guess you could have the submachine gun holstered and him holding this. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the scope, design, and color of this Stalker. Starting with his head. Now I took the bandana thing and the backpack off of his back so we could get a better look at his body. So starting with his head here, as you can see, like the original Stalker, he's got his mustache, his black hair, and his African American skin tone. And now this Stalker has a scar around his head right here, which the version 1 figure didn't have, and the 2021 figure didn't have either. Which you can remove his beret. You can see there's more sculpted hair and pattern underneath. Pretty detailed. And you can kind of see where his hair kind of fades out to where it gets buzzed, I should say. See, I prefer him with the beret on. See, it looks a little bit better. But going down to his web gear here, like the vintage figure, he's got the grenade knife here. The knife is unfortunately not removable. It's a sculpted piece, which I wish they could have done, because the 2021 figure actually has a removable knife right there. So that's one that this figure actually does a little bit better. So his shirt here, you see, is a long sleeve shirt with the camo pattern and 2 pads on his shoulders right there, I guess, for his web gear to sit on. See, the web gear continues to the back, with the pads up here. His sleeves are the same on each side with the pocket and the zipper. Going down, he has the cuffs with camouflage. And his waist piece, got some texture detail. His belt, his zipper, he's got two pockets on his rear end there. The belt continues around. And on his left leg, he has the sheath for his knife. And on his right leg, he's got the holster for his gun and his pistol and his silencer. Going down, his pants are textured as well, like his crotch piece. And his knees are a little bit less textured than the pants up here. I guess you could say it's like knee pads or something. You can see there's some more detail around his knees right there as well. See his pants continue down with more texture, and his boots are generic military combat boots. You can see with the laces that go all the way up, some buckles around the sides, and the leather around the toe area, as you can see. And on the bottom, he has treads, a number, and 2021 Hasbro made in China. Okay, so let's take a look at classified Stalker's articulation. Now this is a modern figure with modern articulation, which means he has a ball joint at the head and a ball joint at the neck. He's got a swivel and a hinge at his shoulder, a swivel at the top of his arm here, a double jointed elbow. Got a ab crunch articulation, which is a little bit hindered by his web gear. He's got a swivel at the waist, a ball joint at the hip, a swivel at the thigh, a double jointed knee, which is a little bit stiff. Yeah, really stiff knee, as you can see. This other one not as stiff as that one. And got a swivel at the boot and ankle pivot. Okay, so there I got Stalker posed with his vintage style pulverizer submachine gun, which that just looks really cool. Now it was a little bit hard to get it in both of his hands because the way his hands are, got really tight grips. But once you kind of get it in there, it looks really good. Now, so usually I take this time right here to do media appearances, which I usually do that with most figures. But seeing this is the classified, I don't think the classified characters actually made media appearances. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I'm going to take this time to actually do a comparison to them. So here is the 2021 version of Stalker and the vintage Stalker, which is a little bit harder to stand because I can't put them on a figure stand. There we go. So as a comparison, you have the 1982 straight arm Stalker, the new 2021 Stalker, and the classified series Stalker. Now, which Stalker is my favorite? Probably the original 1982 Stalker, because it's just an iconic figure. Now, unfortunately, that figure is very fragile, so that's why I can't put him on a figure stand. And unfortunately, the 2021 figure, I had a accident with the arm, so that's why there's tape around it. So, because I just haven't got around to gluing it back on yet, and so if I was to rank these original, all these three, number 3 would probably be the 2021 one, and then number 2 would be the 6-inch classified Stalker, and number 1 would be the original. Okay, so what do I think of this figure overall? Nah, I really recommend this figure. I really like this figure. Now there's a few problems, like with his hands. It's hard to get him to hold on to his weapons the way his hands are made. They're kind of really hard and harder to flex around, and trying to get his finger through the trigger is kind of hard, as you can see. But other than that, I really like this figure. He's got where he can store the majority of his weapons, except the one I have in his hand there. But you see that scarf thing looks really cool on him as well. It kind of gives him a different look from the original. And so if you like this video and want to see more classified 6-inch figure reviews, give me a thumbs up. That'll help me out a lot. And hit the subscribe button. Till next time.